You know, if we get like real camera equipment as opposed to a phone, you're gonna need a periscope in order to operate it.
Shut up.
Come stand over here. I need to get the proper camera angle. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Could you take 3 steps to the left? Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
Anyway, part 2.
Okay, so this has been Cold Crashing for how long?
About 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, this is what it looks like. If it didn't look gross before...
It's really white now.
Yeah, it is.
All the yellow disappeared.
Yeah, weird.
From this angle down here.
And it is pressurized. We have not opened it. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'm trying not to disturb all the sediment. But that little button top, do not move. So if you can't see it, then that sucks. Just take my word for it.
That way, we don't base our reaction off the other person's reaction.
Okay. All right. Okay. Ugh. This reminds me of the tapioca, because there's 3 different layers, and the layers are very similar.
Uh-oh. It is pressurized. It is whistling.
Oh, there's carbonation, all right.
Oh, that's not good. Carbonated corn.
Well, I'm trying to make sure...
I bet you could make a drink called carbonated corn, and you could sell it to, like, the Dakotas and Iowa, and people would go ape shit.
It's downright better than Natty Light, let me tell you.
Carbonated corn.
Carbonated corn, everything needs to be corn. I put corn into my truck in order to move around my corn-fed cattle so that my corn-fed wife can eat more corn. That's when I grew some corn. Let me tell you about that corn. Okay, this is going to be a problem.
I would just go fast.
There is no go fast. It's incorporating.
Do we seal it back up?
It is sealed up. What we need to do... We're going to pause, you beautiful folks on the interwebs. I don't know if you can quite see this, but the sediment is in 3 different layers.
They probably can't. Hold on.
Anyways, well, you probably would have been able to see it. It was in 3 different layers, but the problem is, whenever there's an immense amount of pressure and you relieve pressure on a beer that is otherwise not polished properly, that is to say that it hasn't been put in the finished bottle, you get a couple of layers of yeast and sediment from the products that are used to make the beer, and then you get the actual liquid portion that is what most people want to drink. If you drink the sediment, then you'll get the runs. But the actual liquid portion is bueno. The problem is you see all these clumpies and junk all over the place. When I released the carbonation started all the way at the bottom and did not normalize. So it just incorporated all this crap together. And I'm just going to let you know right now, I'm not drinking that. So we are going to wait. The way that you do this is you open it and then you put it back in the fridge. So we will see you in, I don't know, an hour? Okay, so...
We're back.
We're back. Like I said, pretty much all you gotta do is just loosen this up so it's not holding a seal anymore, and then put it in the fridge, and that amount of cold drops out most of the fluid, or drops out most of the sediment. So now we have this.
Smells like alcohol. Have you held it up above your head and looked at the weird color underneath?
Oh. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
It's like a whitish, yellowish hue.
It's almost peachy. It's like filmy.
It's a beer.
It's got a weird film. It's not good. The corn did not come through.
think through more than you might think. Like, it's palatable, I suppose.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a reason why you don't go to the alcohol store, wherever you go to, if it's a gas station or a dedicated liquor store, and find corn-based beer.
Yeah.
Perhaps there's a reason for that.
It's
Okay, so let's try to describe it. So, it almost reminds me if you would take water and ferment it, and then there is that film that Jessica's talking about.
That was the first thing I noticed, is the film. It doesn't have much of a flavor, but it does have a very strange texture. It almost sticks to you as you try to drink it.
The carbonation comes through very strong, and usually carbonation doesn't have like a high flavor. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm slipping. It almost has a flavor of like seltzer water, like club soda.
Yeah, like very bad club soda.
Yeah, like very, very cheap club soda. You can taste a lot of the yeast nutrients. All in all, cold crashing, failure.
It is better than the first time we tried it.
It is.
Substantially.
First time we tried it, it was way too yeasty. Too much. Too much.
This is at least, like, drinkable.
Give
I
it the
guess.
potato test. Give it the potato test.
The second sip is worse.
It is worse. Sometimes once you get acclimated to a drink, the just initial flavor, you can get a lot more of the secondary and tertiary flavors as well.
There's a lot more flavors the second time around.
They're not good though.
No. Do you want to give it the potato test?
I would love to give it the potato test.
Alrighty, potato pet test it is.
The potato test,
Hi, potato.
for those of you that did not know, our dog loves beer. We don't give him beer very often.
Because it's not good for
It's
him.
not good for him. Mostly never. However, he does get into beer. Potato. Can you sit down? You can sit down. Excuse you. Hey, stop that. Sir, you have to have manners. Here, come here. Hey, back over here. Sit down.
Potato.
Excuse you. Okay. Let us see what a potato thinks. You want to taste?
That's enough. That's.
What do you think, potato? Is that super yummy? Well, potato says it is yummy enough to sit for. So, like a pointer dog, he sits whenever he wants more.
He's not getting any more.
No more. No more for a potato.
That
A
was-
potato says that it's delicious. So if you have taste buds like a puppy dog, you may also agree. However, for us human folk, it's not very good. If you opened a can of cream corn fresh and then you shoved your face in it and just took a big ol' whiff, just sniffed it really, really good, that's kind of what the initial flavor tastes like, but less corn. It's kind of like corn water. It was like there was an ear of corn in the room. Like if LaCroix made corn-flavored drink, if you can call it that. And there's alcohol in it as well. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.